Hello, lovely ladies, and Ramadan Mubarak to all of our Muslim subscribers. We are also practicing and we pray and hope that you have a beautiful and blessed month. Today, we're going to be talking about having a healthy and loving relationship that transcends time and just the value and the importance of having that type of marriage within your life, especially as a woman. And so I want to go into something that is incredibly, incredibly important, something that I really thought about before getting married, and that's what will I be leaving behind? What is something that I want to leave my children? And not even just children, right? It could just be leaving the people the lives that I touch. What will I be leaving them?
Yeah.
We always hear this phrasing of like, what is, leave things better than how you left them. And that is exactly what I mean by this. Is we want to be able to leave the earth knowing that we left things better off than how we left them. Yeah, I think this also goes into previous videos that we've talked about regarding attachments, regarding childhood, and how we can sometimes be so hurt and feel like we're so jaded because of the things that we've been through. But that's not necessarily true, right? That's just true from our perspective, and it's not even consciously true, right? Sometimes we just believe that because of all the things that we've been through. We think that we're so jaded that we can't find love or find the person of our dreams, find the man of our dreams. And that is so unfair. It's so unfair to ourselves.
Yeah, I think one of the important things is to try to stop that belief of like, because these things happened to me or because I've done these things in the past, I don't deserve a better future. Like, you almost throw yourself away and be like, this is the type of world, this is the type of life that I deserve. Like, you're almost punishing yourself. You're self-sabotaging the future or the legacy that you can leave behind because of those things.
Exactly. And I think what is important to name here is that you don't have to go through this extremely traumatic childhood for you to have these types of subconscious beliefs. You can have two very present parents or parents that tried their best, that were there for you, that provided you all of the basic necessities, that were there for you, right? You can have that and still have unmet needs. Those subconscious patterns will dictate how you show up in relationships in the future. And you might already know that. Even if you have never been in a relationship before, you might see that coming up within your friendships. You might see that coming up throughout in your life, just in these different areas, with your siblings, with
At work.
At work, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. You don't have to go through something huge to have trauma. And being aware of those things kind of lets you know what you want now and what you want in the future.
Exactly. And this, we talked about this in previous videos, but how does the attachment stuff show up in dating or in legacy work?
Yeah, I think it limits what you believe you can do in the future, or the person that you can marry, or the person that you can build a family with. A lot of the things that maybe we failed to do something as a child, and we kind of just took that and made it a permanent rule upon ourselves. And so then it can be like, oh, I don't deserve a loving husband. I don't deserve a career that is meaningful, or I don't deserve to give my children like a dream life that I wish I had, you know? So we kind of put those limiting beliefs, we put those barriers on ourselves.
And this is based in absolutely nothing, right? It's based in no universal law has ever claimed that has to be true. No scriptures, no books, nothing has ever claimed that needs to be your reality. Nothing. But we as humans just naturally operate in that way because of what is familiar. The familiarity trap. That is what we're speaking of. And that is something that is so difficult at times to get out of. I mean, we experience it as well, and it's something that we're actively trying and we're showing up to heal ourselves from. That is so important, whether you're in a relationship, in a marriage, or looking for a marriage, or just looking to better yourself. Again, what do you want to leave behind? What is the legacy that you want to leave behind?
Yeah, and one of the ways you did work on this particular space is the love list. Like when we were getting to know each other, you wrote down everything that you wanted in your husband, and you have to be unapologetic about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's important to know what it is that you want, especially as a woman. You need to know, what are the things that I am unwilling to settle forever. What are my non-negotiables? What is my love list? What are the things that I really want in someone? I didn't realize that I really valued humor until meeting you, and that was something that I didn't realize. And when I wrote it down, I almost like actualized in my reality, because I knew that that's something, yeah, it would be nice. But when I got it in real time, it was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, this is something that I never thought was even valuable to me until, again, writing it down and then seeing that happen in real life. And so we offer a love list and non-negotiable list that we'd love for you guys to check out. Please feel free to look through it in the description box.
It's called the Dream Husband Blueprint, and it'll also be on our website. And again, just like what you're saying, it helps you go through what you want and what you do not want in your dream husband. And also we've included intentional questions that we really use with each other, and we make sure that, you know, every question in there helps you vet the right person for you. Again,
I can't stress enough how important it is to know the person that you are speaking with, whether you are in the dating process, whether you're talking to someone just to talk to them, whether you're married, right, in the beginning stages of marriage, whether you're engaged. You need to know a lot about that person. You need to know as much information as you can. Obviously, there will be things that you won't know until it happens, until you're living with the person or married to the person. But there's a lot of things that you can learn as time goes on. And like Samar said, this is something that we used these exact questions. We didn't just have AI formulate the questions for you. We literally use these exact questions. I got my notes from my phone. I got the journal entries from my journal, and Samar got his notes as well, and we combine them together. And something that's really important about this is that it's not just coming from the female perspective. We can ask all the questions that we want from our perspective, but it might not land well for the guy.
And yeah, there are questions in there that women probably don't really think about much when they're asking a guy. And so I made sure that there are questions in there that, from a man's perspective, what would, for example, I want my daughter to ask the person that she's talking to with regards to marriage. And so it's a very holistic, complete, comprehensive view on how to ask intentional questions.
Again, so you get all of these things within this framework, within this blueprint. You get the love list, that being walked through, and then the non-negotiable list. Again, you're going to be walked through that. And then you get the questions, which is, again, so important. It goes through financial questions. It goes through emotional availability. It goes through intellect. It goes through physical health, emotional, everything. It goes through everything, which is, again, so important to know.
And it's important to know because if you are building a legacy, you want to really, really know who you're committing to build that legacy with. You need to have a clear picture of where you're going, and is that person going to the same place with you, or are they going to be moving like separate or opposite directions from you? Because if they're not moving with you, then it's going to be really, really difficult over time to try to build that legacy that you're always dreaming of.
Exactly. This reminds me of an example that I had spoken to a client a few weeks ago, and she was bringing up that she is in this process of getting married. She's engaged to someone, and we talk about very similar things, very similar problems, which is that her partner is not a big cook. He doesn't cook a lot. And so she loves her job, loves working, and doesn't find herself cooking for herself even. And so she keeps coming to me with this, oh my God, do I have to like cook for him? Like, we keep having this conversation, and he said he's willing to split the task, and he can clean while I cook, and vice versa. And I will do it, but she kept going back to the same thing. I'm so worried about this. I'm so worried he's going to force me to be like this. And something I told her last week was, who are you marrying? What is his character? Who are you choosing? It's not about the actual thing that you're worried about. It's about the fact that you're choosing someone, again, that you want to build a legacy with. You want to build a future with. Is he open-minded? That's all I asked was, is he open-minded? Is he willing to shift things? Is he willing to not just be concrete in his decisions or his way of thinking and can see nuances, right? You're a working woman. You know how to cook, but not super well, but you're willing to try. And these are all things that are important, right? As for any guy to be able to see that she's willing to try, she's willing to put in effort. Why would I fault her for that? Why would I force her to do something?
Yeah, and those might seem like small arguments, but it could also lead to, larger misalignments. If let's say it's not just about cooking, if it's about what type of house they want in the future, what type of family they want in the future, that's a big part of your legacy. That's like the values that you carry now, you want to be able to carry them in the future as well.
Exactly. So. Yeah. So you need to be able to know what are values that you hold through that love list, through the non-negotiables, and what are values that the person that you're vetting holds as well. Again, it's not about the cooking. It's not about who's cooking. It's about, can that person be open-minded? Can that person see you as a whole human being and want to work toward building a legacy, building a future for you and with you? So again, just to reiterate and sum up everything, your childhood wounds, your scars do not dictate how you will show up in the future. It does not dictate your legacy that you will leave behind. It is a part of your story. It is a part of your spiritual journey and you being the person that you are today and you being the woman that you are today. All of those things have shaped you into this incredible, resilient person. And you deserve someone that sees your story as beautiful, that sees your story as something that is incredible and one of a kind. And that's not going to hurt you in any way that's possible. And so this is the point of our channel. This is the point of the videos that we make. We want women to see and understand that you are not a burden to someone else. You are not a burden even to yourself. Your emotions are valuable. The way you show up has so much value in this world, especially in a relationship and in a marriage. And so please feel free to check out all of our videos on our channel. Feel free to leave a comment on any question that you might have. We are so willing and open to answer them. I would actually so appreciate it, if anything. And subscribe, check out our website. We also offer coaching 1-to-1. Again, that comes with both of us. So you don't just hear the female perspective, you also hear the masculine perspective. And that is something that is extremely rare. So feel free to check it all out and we will see you next time. Bye.